Hey guys, welcome out to the range. Today I'm out here working on rifle drills. I wrote the rifle drills based off of the Handgun Combatives handgun standards a while back. I basically took Dave Spalding's times and I just reworked everything. And I reworked them in such a manner that it wasn't a one-to-one. A lot of the times were either, let's see here. Yeah, well, for the most part, it seems that the majority of, it seems that I changed the majority of the times. What I wanted to do was, I didn't want to just take what was there and just sort of flip it over and say, hey, it's a rifle drill by adding a few extra yards. The handgun drills are done at 7 yards, which is roughly where you guys are standing. Where I'm standing is 10 yards. Maybe 7 yards is a little past where you guys are, but at 10 yards, I've got this guy out here in front of me. This is a full anatomical dummy. And I've got the center of the chest, which is pretty badly chewed up. I've got a piece of paper on it. And basically, with these drills, it's snap your gun up and get your shot off. I mean, it's a blazing fast, especially when you're talking about from the ready position, fire one shot in 1 second. So you're in the ready position, and when that buzzer sounds, you think this is easy. Trust me, I spent a lot of time in ammo investing in these to really make them as hard as I could, and buddy, they're work. So it is about 11 o'clock in the morning right now, 10:30ish, 11 o'clock in the morning, and this is haven't fired this gun for a couple of days, and I'm just going to come out here and work this cold and bring you guys along for the ride. Chambered. Ready position, fire one shot in 1 second, desired of 0.95. Ready position is hand on the gun, in a fighting stance, already at the low ready. Alright, that's in there. 109, but I'm over on the time. Oh, it's gonna be a long day. Wow, that was just slightly above the other. Wow. You know what, guys? I choose to be honest with you because I want to. Where are those going? There we go, right there. This is a new gun, so I'm still kind of like mentally judging the gun. Anyways, I'm choosing to be brutally honest with you guys about these times because it matters to me. Honesty matters to me. I want you guys to be able to see that I struggle like anybody else. And these times that I wrote are not gimmies. I worked at this. In fact, when I showed this to Dave Spalding a couple weeks ago when I was at his legacy class, I pulled this out and I showed him this side, which is the pistol standards, and then I went like that. He went, oh, and then he really started looking at it and studying the numbers. And because he's been doing this for 40 plus years, he immediately could tell those are good times, those are good numbers. So it was very gratifying to see that he agreed with me on the times that I'd written here. But enough jaw jacking, let's get back to work. I want to at least make that one time, that 1 second, at least one time. .92, but I'm slightly off of where I want to be. Okay, hang on a second. I forgot to actually measure off. 2, 4, 6. So roughly that area there. So as long as I can keep my shots inside of here, we're good. Okay. Honestly, if I can just keep my shots on that piece of paper, I'll be happy, because that's roughly the size of what I'm dealing with. So .92, that's better. For me, the landmarks with hard sights, the outer ring of this set of sights from BCM acts like a CQB ring on a Neotech. And anything that's inside of that ring, you can automatically trust. Like right now, from 10 yards, that ring is well inside the pectoral area of the target. So Instead of looking for the good shot, I need to be looking for the good enough shot at this distance and trust that ring and stop trying to find that perfect shot. That's better. That's one flat, and that was dead center. Let's do that again. Nope, that was off his right shoulder. 0.97. A little high, but I'll take it. It was here. So that's a good hit. All right, moving on. Ready position, fire 4 shots, 2 seconds. This one's a booger. Funny thing is, it's doable as long as your gun can eat recoil, which this one can because of the war comp, and also because it's gassed properly. It's 2 seconds, 4 shots, and you're thinking, well, dang, just a minute ago it was ready position, fire 1 shot, 1 second. Now you're supposed to fire an extra 3 shots inside of, but you only get 1 extra second. Well, here's the deal. The longest time is from here to here, and the stability that's required to begin shooting. If you're not stable if you don't find your stability from here to here, you're already in trouble. So once you have found this moment, after this is pop, 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 pop. .204. So look, 204, not bad. I'm being too conservative on the trigger. I got to move faster. 1.67. 1.67. It's funny how I seem to have double patterns. Look at that. I need to paint that up and that up to make sure that that wasn't fresh. All right, we're gonna call that a keeper. 167. So we're gonna move on. Hanging, fire 1 shot in 2 seconds. Okay, hanging means, all right, this is key. Hanging means hanging from the stored position. So we're talking about you're kind of chilling, you're casual. You don't have to be turned or anything, but you're not in a fighting stance. What I don't want to see from people when they do this one is like, yeah, like, dude, is this the way you stand at all times? I mean, some of you think you do, but you don't. So hanging, fire 1 shot in 2 seconds, a desired of 1.60. So you're talking about this right here. You're just standing. Heck yeah. High up in the neck, 1.63. Yep, that's a keeper. Let's do that again. What's interesting about this is the beep is the simulation of the gunshot. And it will, what I find is this drill is actually more efficient if I begin it from here, from the casual standing position, than if I were to begin it from like right here, right, where the gun is dead center. Well, newsflash, if you know how to wear a gun, and you wear a gun a lot like I do, you know not to wear a gun here because it does that. This is why you store, and by the way, that's why the bungee matters so much in my slings. The storage position is here. This is the other key thing. This particular drill skill set is difficult to do if you have your gun in the proper storage position. And yes, I'm brutal about this with my students. I say to them, no, sorry, cinch it up. Get that gun in storage mode. So the gun is placed and cinched up. And I got news for you. When you're in storage mode and this thing sounds, you're going to have to make room. Either that or you're going to have to fight with a very tight sling. But with the slings that I make, you're in storage mode, the buzzer sounds, and the second you start pulling right here, the bungee has already gone tight. And from here on forward, it's all bungee, which adds to your stability. Oh, here's another, hang on. Here's another point I wanted to make. Notice my hand is here, not here. Some people would say, well, that's not really cheating. Okay, but unless you roll around like this at all times, which you can't because look at what it's doing to your wrist. This is not normal. This is normal. Which, by the way, is why Hank Iverson's technique of holding your gun like this actually makes a lot of sense. Because this is something you can maintain for an extended period of time. You are in physical control of this gun, and at a moment's notice, the gun can be brought to the shoulder, and you could find it, and that went right underneath the previous round. So this is a viable technique, but it's not very well known here in the United States. Henk Iverson is South African. Oh, no, I'm not even gonna get that. My sights ended up on off his left shoulder. I'm not even gonna attempt that. Remember guys, this is about investing ammo, not launching ammo. And by the time that I find myself in that position, I already know I'm out of time. Good. Just to the right of the other one. 1.48, good, move on. On target, empty chamber, tap rack bang. On target, empty chamber, tap rack bang, 2.40. Good. Right between the pecs. 2.41. Okay, so I'm slightly over. You see what I'm telling you guys? These are not gimme times. These are work for them times. Oh wait, hang on. Hang on, honey. Got it cleared out. Hang on. Hang on. What you guys aren't seeing on camera, it's push-pull. The motion of getting the mag in is push-pull. It's not introduce and it's push-pull. Now, the reason that it's tap, rack, bang is when you get the click, your immediate action is roll the gun, smack it, rack it, and then shoot. Keep forgetting this one actually begins on target. Safety off, finger on the trigger. Yeah, I knew I was going to run out of time. 2.60. I need to trust myself more. I need to trust myself more. Wait, dang it. Dang it! You guys are throwing me for a loop. That and the fact that it's getting rapidly hot. .38. Made the time, didn't make the desired of 2.20. Hang on a second. One of the big reasons I'm doing this is with this being a get-home gun, I've set it up with hard sights. It's also one of my trainers. I've set it up with hard sights, and hard sights, especially when you have lost your close-up vision like I have with LASIK surgery, you have to basically find your happy place on finding your landmarks. So that is the reason I'm doing this with this gun. All right, let's do it again. .22. Yeah, that's better. Let's do one more. You know what's interesting about this particular one is that when you do that tap, it almost feels inadequate. But what I do know is that I've done this so many times that tomorrow my right hand is really going to be hurting from that palm heel strike on the bottom of the mag base plate. And that tells me that I am hitting that mag plenty hard enough. Good. That was good. 2.20. All right, on target, fire one shot, emergency reload, fire one shot, 3.25. Let's take that up. When you do this type of training, there are moments of understanding that hit you, that you didn't know. And with all honesty, guys, I still find myself in that place in life where as I'm aging, I'm having to learn or relearn things about myself. On target, fire one shot, emergency reload, fire one shot. So I got one in the chamber, empty mag, and I got a loaded mag right here. Okay, on target, fire one shot, emergency reload, fire one shot in 3.25, desired of 3.0. Oh, that was poop. That was poop. You know what? It's key that I not run my mouth. When you're running your mouth, when you're doing this, your best example I can give you is like when you ask a computer to do a given task and then you start doing other things to the computer and the computer's having to stop what it's doing to do what you want it to do and go back to what it was doing. And it goes like that. because it can't, nothing, not even the human brain can do two things at once. And the human brain is the fastest computer in the world. Because God made it. On target, fire one shot, emergency reload, fire one shot. .50. I have to work for that one. I'm gonna have to work for that one. Man. .376. And I keep picking that mag up with the wrong hand. Shooting hand should stay on the gun. And because for years, as a lefty, I've had to work my gun with opposite hands, I'm accustomed to picking things up with my shooting hand. It's just the way it is. Not to mention, frankly, it makes more sense to retain the front of the gun to pick an item up, but it makes more tactical sense to leave my hand in a shooting position to pick items up. Okay. Man, I gotta roll the gun, that's it. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, created a double. That was brilliant. I created a double feeder. Here's how you clear a double. Lock it to the rear. Pull the magazine because it's locked, and then usually your rounds fall out, which they just did. Oh, that's funny. And inspect your ammo before you feed it back too. That was good. This being a new gun, it's still a little on the stiff side. So I'm finding myself to get that bolt carrier group to drop. It's one of those. And these are new mags, and they're also very stiff. I may have met my match for the day. You never know. This may be the drill for the day. This may be the drill that stops me. Need a little bit more room in the sling. Like I said, this is a new gun, which means it's a new sling. So, well, that's too much room. You guys have heard me say this before. When you set my slings, you want them to be just on the touch of tight. The bungee, you want the bungee to engage quickly to create tension on the gun when you're using it. Well, got to take that out a little bit. .50. That wasn't horrendous. All the shots are in the middle. Here's what I will tell you, and I'm going to keep trying, but here's what I will tell you. When you're talking about accuracy, at a certain level, you are better off being slightly over on time and actually getting a good, solid, accurate hit than you are tossing around, slamming a mag in, tossing around, and making your time, but having just a really ugly spread. All the shots on that target can easily be covered by the palm of my hand. If you can do that, that's really good. Hard sights, 10 yards on a torso, that's pretty good. We'll keep trying though. I want to at least get this once. Oh, man, that is stiff as all get out. Wow. I'll put some oil on that, hang on. That's tight. That's really tight. Oh well. I'm gonna have to work it in. I have to break it in. New gun. On target, fire one shot. Emergency reload, fire one shot. .12. How the... You guys just saw it. How in the heck did I actually make that? Oh, I'll tell you what happened. I wasn't thinking about it. That's what it was. I wasn't thinking about it. I was mentally thinking about the bolt catch. So yeah, cool. I wasn't thinking about what I needed to do. I already knew what I needed to do, and I just did it. All right, well, let's try it again. How's that go? Once is luck, twice is skill. .34. Let's move on. On target, stovepipe, pull trigger, clear rifle, fire one shot. Okay, people overthink this stuff. Being a lefty, this is kind of easy on me. I'll show it to you right-handed. As a righty, when you've got a stovepipe, you're gonna get a click. You're immediately gonna want to do a tap, rack. As a righty, your first action should usually be a quick peek to see what the heck is going on. But you're gonna get a click. You're gonna want to look, and you should. And then you realize you got a stovepipe, so it's gonna be tap, and it's all the way back and release. Not all the way back and ride forward. It's all the way back and release. But the trick is holding back long enough to allow gravity to do its job. On target, stovepipe, pull trigger, clear rifle, fire one shot. 3 seconds. High right collar, 3.32. So I was in a rush to get back on target because I knew I was running out of time. Hey man, you're simulating a fight, right? You are simulating a fight. No need to be coy about it. Nice. See what happens when you don't seat your mag? Told you guys, I'm leaving this stuff in. I make mistakes all the time. Especially when I get hot like this. .86. Man, I was chasing that. I was chasing that clock. Well, let me rephrase that. I knew the clock was chasing me. 2.86, and desired is 2.60, so I didn't even make the desired. Stuff is hard, y'all. This stuff is hard. Oh, see that? Got hung up on the sling. This is why, you guys have heard me say this many times, all slings suck, including mine. All slings suck, some just suck less than others. My slings suck less than others because the webbing is thin and there's a lot of flexibility to it. But guys, every sling on the planet, every last cotton picking sling on the planet will do that to you. People will say, swim out of the sling. Yeah, but here's the problem. Now all that I've got holding, all that is retaining this weapon to my body is my neck. It doesn't take much to get this to come off my body. I have to stay in that sling as much as possible. .90. Well, 3 flat is what I was looking for. I'm going to call that good enough and move on. I'm way more careful now than I ever have been with ammo, for obvious reasons. I'm typically good about every couple of weeks buying an extra little bit of ammo and having it sent to the house. And lately, that price has been so bad because of the reactive response to the massive buy-up. You know, everyone was like, oh, they're going to take all the guns, and then, you know, that didn't happen. When are you guys going to learn? The NRA is working with the cabal. I mean, look, how many senators this go around who had A and B ratings from the NRA voted for this latest round of charlatanism? A lot of them, right? A lot of them. The NRA is used to rattling that cage and allowing the cabal to play games with our pocketbook because they want us hungry, desperate, scared, and willing to do anything. On target, double feed, pull trigger, clear rifle, fire one shot. Okay, I'm going to do this one time, and I'll tell you why. Because this one requires the sacrifice of a live round, and I really, really don't like that. Empty casing goes in the chamber. Actually, you know what? Let me try it this way. Empty casing goes in the chamber, and empty casing goes in the mag. Let me try it real quick this way for you guys. If it works, I'll explain to you why it is that I'm doing it this way. Some of you already know, because you already know what you're looking at. On target, double feed, pull trigger, clear rifle, fire one shot. And of course, what's not written in there is recognizing that you have a double feed. Okay, what I now have in here is an empty casing in the chamber, and I have an empty casing hovering above, and it is behaving in the manner of a round that has tried to go up into the chamber. The previous casing didn't come out because for whatever reason, bolt carrier group is fatigued, blah, blah, blah. You're going to get a click on this one. You're going to do a tap, rack. You're going to find the charging handle is mushy. You're going to extract, and I like to retain mags. Extract, charge, run the charging handle all the way forward, all the way back, which should then pick up whatever's in the chamber. Mag back in, reload, shoot, 7.75. Yeah, and you already have this going on. So let's do that. Man, I hate doing that because it keeps catching that upper. The claw, the charging handle goes when I pull it. 6.93, so well inside of the 7.25 desired, and well inside of the 7.75 required, and the 7.25 desired. There's the live round that ends up pretty gouged but still usable. And then the empty casing goes out. This, like I said guys, this particular drill is an interesting little animal because it kind of puts live ammo on the chopping block if you do it wrong. But I found that 2 empty casings can kind of simulate what it is that I need. So once again, empty casing in the chamber. Lock back. Empty casing in the mag. Place it. And yeah, there we go. And ride it forward just a little bit. So now it's simulating the next round trying to come up. Okay. Oh, see, every once in a while it does that, which it's not going to work. Because if I were to try to rack that in, I'd be racking an empty casing in. So this is a standard that I'm probably going to take out because I'm really not content with letting people jack up really good ammo. So yeah, I'm probably going to write that out. But anyways, you guys saw me do it at least once, so it worked at least once. Wow, it's getting hot out here. As I've said before, these are standards that I am doing because I want to get better. By the way, if you're wondering why I'm double plugged, when you're firing a rifle with these types of drills, your hearing pro is going to move. And the last thing you need is that little bit of sound skipping past your hearing pro and getting in there and zapping you. So, and it happens, so you have to be careful. Okay. The reason I'm doing these standards is, like I've said before, I am retraining my eyes to get accustomed to seeing hard sights as opposed to that nice clean red dot, which for me is no longer a nice clean red dot because of my astigmatism. I had it dramatically reduced with LASIK surgery, but it's still somewhat there, and because of it, I've had to learn to work around it, and it requires this type of work. It is a hot day, and I lucked out. This is one of those days where I didn't have any slings to make. I just released the 4th of July sale today. In fact, I'll close with that. and make sure that this video goes out like in the next day or so. I just released the 4th of July sale, and it's 10% off any number of slings you want. There's no limit on that. So guys, avail yourselves of that sale. I've got some really cool guys who I don't know how in the world or why they keep doing this. I'm grateful. You guys know who you are. I've got guys that'll log in and buy 6, 7 slings at a time, and I go, whoa. I can only assume that they've got a lot of guns, or one guy actually told me he gifts them to his friends and family, which is, you know who you are, and that's very cool. But I thank all of you for your purchases, because it keeps food on our table. It keeps fuel in the vehicle. I've got to do a lot of driving. As you guys have been seeing my channel, I've been going out to training. In the last 2 months, I've been to 7 classes. Wrap your head around that. And there's nothing local to where I live in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Everything is 3 hours that way, or 4.5 or 5.5 hours that way. There's nothing local. So I'm dedicated to maintaining my current skills with rifle and handgun, and I urge all of you to do the same. Anyways, once again, I thank you guys for your sling purchases. I thank you guys for watching this video. For those of you who are new to the channel, this is not a monetized channel. This channel is the arm of Tier 1 Citizen, where I pay forward the generosities that have been given to me. And mostly this is here to just make sure that I'm passing knowledge forward to people, because if knowledge is hoarded, then knowledge is wasted. And I want to make sure that my days on this earth are productive, and I pay forward as much knowledge as I can. As always, I thank you guys for watching. God bless you all. Get those guns out and practice. Have a good one.